Welcome to the MMA podcast for the cannabis community. Roll one, pack one, or get your rigs ready. It's time for the main event, Blunts and Bruises.
I'm more excited about this matchup, and I've been saying this since way before this was even a conversation. I've been saying I think that Gaethje is the only person who has the capability to win because he's got the anti-wrestling. Because he's such a good wrestler that he can avoid the wrestling because he knows the moves. He knows grabbing the leg. He knows tucking the head. He knows all these little triggers. That is when someone's going to shoot for a single leg or someone's going to, whatever they're going to do, he knows it. And looking at Khabib's stats, he has to go for a lot of attempts usually to secure a solid ground position. Whether that be a good takedown, yes, he did it, but to secure that solid ground position, he puts a lot of fucking work into it. And against McGregor, that honestly, like, the most impressive thing for McGregor in that fight is how hard it was to take him down. And I was like, McGregor? And I know he was training for that. That was probably his main focus. But Justin's not going to get taken down like that. No fucking chance. And if he does, I'll do a fat-ass stab on the next show.
Well, I think he'll get taken down. I think the key to this fight
I think he'll get taken down, but I don't think he'll get, like, taken down and held down and beat up like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's going to be the key to this fight, I reckon. The first 2 rounds is going to decide the outcome. If Khabib can take him down with ease, hold him down, and why he's holding him down, Khabib's resting, Gaethje's working to try and get back to his feet. That's why Khabib, he just has that style. Once he wins the first round, he just continues to maul you. And it's just
you get in the rabbit hole of Khabib.
Yeah. But the other way around too, though, I think now if Gaethje can get back to his feet and make Khabib work for that takedown, stuff a couple of them, even if he gets taken down, get back to his feet quickly and make Khabib work. Well, whoever's got that advantage going into 3, 4, 5, like I said, if Khabib's taking him down, holding him down, it's going to continue to go that way.
Yeah, I see it being a deep water fight.
We've seen even in the Al Quinta fight that Khabib's shots in rounds, in the later rounds, they didn't have on them what they did early on. So if Gaethje can stop them early, he's going to touch him in them later rounds. And, he's only got to touch him once. And you're with, man, you've got me leaning more. I don't know. Khabib's favourite, and for good reason. And with everyone, every other fight, even the McGregor fight, if McGregor can keep it on his feet and touch him, he'll knock him out. And Khabib rocked, landed the big rock.
He dropped him. He landed the most significant fucking strike of the whole fight.
Yeah. But I just don't think Khabib's not going to be stupid and try and get into that brawl with Gaethje because that's not the smart thing to do.
Dude, I
don't think he will.
I have this weird feeling in my heart, man, that Khabib's going to go in there and rock Gaethje. I think he's going to catch him with a strike, and he's going to fucking juke him. I think his striking has gotten tenfold better. Spinning back kicks, real clean body kicks. I mean, good body punches, really good jab, elbows. I mean, he's mixing it up. I think that he is getting to the point where a lot of fighters get where their ego gets big and it gets inflated, and he'll fall back to the wrestling. I totally believe that. But I think he knows that Gaethje's expecting takedowns. He knows that he's expecting a grinding fight. So I think he's going to go in the first round like he did with McGregor, and he's going to maybe shoot for a takedown to show changing levels. But I could just totally see him going in and trying to strike with him, a full striking match. I don't know why. I had this weird feeling. I got Gaethje getting rocked and then coming back and finishing him where Khabib's all confident, like, we're ready to go. But it's like, you're fighting against the American zombie, not a green zombie. This dude is rocked and will still fuck you up. You better be careful. Like, he's got it in him, man. The Homer Simpson analogy wasn't too bad because, man, he's tough.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I just don't think Khabib, unless he catches him early, like you say, if he catches him inside the first minute or two and thinks he can strike with him, that might be the case. But I just don't think he'd be silly enough to try and strike with Gaethje. Like, it wouldn't be.
It would be stupid. I think it would be stupid. Yeah. But I just got this weird gut feeling that he's going to try to change up the strategy, because when you get to the point of you're this far in your career, everybody's watched all your fights, they're analyzing you, you're the champ. So literally people's whole training camp is about you. That's their whole goal, is you. They want to be able to get to the point of beating you. And I think that, of course, he's looking the same way at Gaethje, but he's probably looking more at his strengths than Gaethje's strengths. or weaknesses. You know what I'm saying? And that's just my opinion. That's just watching some of the behind the scenes stuff and hearing some of the chatter. But with his dad passing away, there's a lot going on in the mental area that he wants to win this for his dad, not just for himself. So I don't know, man. Like if I was a betting man, which I am sometimes, I'm putting money on Gaethje. But it's one of those deals where like my heart says Gaethje, my mind says Khabib.
Yeah, I don't know. I think, hey, if you want to bet on Gaethje, I'm with you too. I'll probably be putting something on him. I think I don't know how you guys do it. He's 3-1 over here. So
yeah, they do some stupid Vegas odds where it's
minus,
like minus this, that. I'm like,
I think it's minus 300. You guys have it. So or plus 300. So if you put 100 on it, you win 300. Over here, it's 3-1. You put 1 on it, you win 3. So
that makes a lot more sense.
But
America likes to be confusing.
But that shows you what the odds, the odds are. He's a 3-1 favourite, but that's still a 25%. The experts still give Gaethje a 25% chance of winning.
For damn good reason. I've been a fan of Gaethje since World Series of Fighting days, man. Like I said, and I think he could be the potential kryptonite. We'll see.
Oh yeah, we're gonna find out. Yeah. I don't think Gaethje's ever been more motivated for a fight too. Some of the stuff he said in the pre-fight, press conferences and stuff like that. I don't think he's ever been more motivated. He's had a bit of a crack at Ali or whatever, the manager, with him and Khabib trying to organise fights ahead of him. So yeah, there was something he said where he said that Khabib's got yes men around him, and when he trains, they train to make him look good, and where that's not the case for me, man. I've got people in the gym trying to kill me. Yeah. They see me as a target and try and make it, try and use me as a, stepping stone in the gym. So I don't know. I'll give Gaethje a chance. Without a doubt, I'll give him a chance. But I think Khabib, like I said, the first 2 rounds, I reckon that'll decide, will decide the outcome. Whoever gets the better. Like I said, I think Khabib's going to take him down. It's just how, and that's where Gaethje's shown that his, wrestling defense is second to none. And even if he does get taken hit,
he gets up. I don't know what he's taken. I don't think he's been taken down in the UFC, but I've recalled.
That's what I was going to say. I don't think he's even been taken down in the UFC.
Fucking Stone, dude from World Series of Fighting, whose brother is in bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah, I reckon it's Palomino.
Palomino?
Yeah, something like Palomino.
He's a beast.
Yeah,
whole family's beast. No disrespect. We're just bad with names. Again, blunts and butchers. We butcher names. But that's where I think he has had the tougher caliber of fights. He's had more brawls. He's had more having to pull the heart out and really show the determination besides the skill. And Khabib's had a couple fights that were a little rougher. Like you look at who was one? Gleason Tebow. That was probably the only one I could think of that was tougher. Ali Quinta, he had to work more. Even Conor, he had to work more. But he hasn't had many fights where he was put in a place that was like, you're coming back from the dark area. You need to really make this shit happen and pull it out deep. And that's a big advantage that I give to Gaethje. The fact that he could potentially stop the takedowns and that he's in for war. And he said the same thing. He said, Tony Ferguson likes war. He likes pain. He wants to fight. I don't think that Khabib does. I think that Nurmagomedov doesn't like to get hit. Not that anybody really likes to get hit, but Ferguson goes in and it amps him up more. He's like, come on.
But so Justin's the same too. They both enjoy that.
That's their thing, man. Like if it's not a brawl, it's not a Gaethje fight. I mean, you don't have a Gaethje fight unless it's a scrap.
Well, the only reason he's lost fights is because of that.
Literally, in fights that he's looked good on. Like he was winning against Eddie Alvarez.
Fights he's been winning.
Yeah. Dustin Poirier, he was winning these fights. It was a brawl back and forth, but I'd say I would give it to him. And he gets reckless and he just gets fucked up. And he even knows it. He calls it. He's like, the fights that I've lost and I've done the worst in is when I was just reckless, throwing shit out the window, man. And we're just going. And now that he's got Trevor Whitman kind of balancing him and getting, and he's been there, but now that he's getting right in the mind and he's like, bro, slow the fuck down. Sit on your punches when you need to. Don't always do it. This isn't a brawl. You don't need to get out of there as quick as you can. Go in there and don't get hurt and just win. And I mean, I was so impressed with how he beat Ferguson that I'm so convinced he's going to beat Khabib. In my heart, not so much in my mind. In my mind, I'm just like, who's stopping the Eagle? You know what I'm saying? Maybe fucking Adonis, the greatest fighter alive, but that's about it. That's the only person I know. Or the GOAT, Lobov.
Oh, Jesus.
That's definitely the
Would it
weed
be
talking,
interesting to
guys.
see what happens? I don't know. It wouldn't be the best thing about Gaethje is it seems that he has learnt from them losses,
He's a
and
smart
he's
dude,
a little
man.
bit.
He was gonna go to
Yeah, he's
school
a little
for
bit.
being a social worker, I think, or he was in school being a social worker. Like he's a not a dumb guy. He's educated, but you think he's dumb with his face. For one, he's kind of got a dumb face, and until he wears his glasses, and you're like, oh wait, this motherfucker might be smart like
It,
Rob. Hold on, he's got glasses too. But he the way he fights, you'd think like, oh man, this dude just is a fucking brawler. He just doesn't give a shit. Reckless abandon. Like, no, man, he knows that's entertaining. People want entertainment. They want to see a good fight. Plain and simple. Who doesn't want to see a good fucking fight? And I think that that's why I'm a big fan. He's one of my favorite fighters. Him, Israel Adesanya, a couple of these other fighters who know this is entertainment. That's what I love, man. I love those kind of fights.
well, that's the thing with Gaethje. You know that, mate. He's not going to go in there and look to outpoint Khabib and make it a fight. Not that he's not going to look to take him out in the later rounds, but he's not going to look to outpoint him and get a decision.
He's not GSP.
He's going to go in there. Nah. He's going in there looking to. And I think that'll probably be the best thing about this fight. It's going to be kill or be killed, and that's the thing with all of Gaethje's fights. They are that. They're kill or be killed. And man, if you want to get into that brawl with him,
Good
Tony,
fucking luck.
We thought Tony was the best brawler and scrapper at 170 for how long a period of time?
What?
And
155? But yeah.
Yeah, my bad. At 155 for for how long was
12 fights now, shit in a row. Like,
yeah, and Ferguson was Jesus Christ, however many 6 times they tried making the fight, and then
the curse
for Gaethje to do what he did, like that Ferguson fight was impressive, and I only watched it the other day again, and I don't know. I'm with you. I totally think that if anyone's going to beat Khabib,
anybody right
it'll
now,
be that. Well, here's one though. What if Khabib wins? Then what?
Honestly, I still think Ferguson. Styles make fights, win, lose, or draw. Ferguson off his back is the threat to me to beat Khabib. Because
you don't want to see him.
I mean, McGregor, maybe. I want to see McGregor go off into the wind with entertaining fights. You know what I'm saying? I like Dustin Poirier. I like that fight. That's a good one. I like other entertaining fights. I like Pacquiao even. Do that. Like, you made your money, bro. I don't want you holding up the division. He's the kind of guy that he's not hungry for the sport. He's hungry for competition when he wants to be. And so, like, let's leave it up to Ferguson, who wants the belt. Let's leave it up to even Charles Oliveira. Let's leave it up to even the next guy that we're going to talk about here in a minute, if he can drop weight, because he's the freak nature, the hybrid, basically the love child of Khabib and McGregor. You know, if you can get the names that are hungry, that are aggressive, and that want to do it, I think leave it up to a lot of other fighters right now. There might be a McGregor opportunity if he shows he's hungry, and I think that he said publicly even the fight with Poirier is a tune-up, a work fight to get to fighting Pacquiao. He wants to fight against a lefty.
Well, see, I can't understand why the fuck the UFC is doing that then. It makes no sense.
McGregor's power, dude. He read an ad, or not ad, he put a post, a face-off between him and Poirier, and there was no UFC logo anywhere on that. There was no hashtag, there was nothing UFC, nothing. It was McGregor Promotions, it was the charity, it was this. I mean, there was nothing UFC, and I think UFC knows this motherfucker, no matter what, still has power. He had one of the highest selling pay-per-views in history against Cerrone, and it was a boofy, dookie-ass card. What was it? Macy Barber was the co-main event?
And let's all face it, Cerrone, if that fight was 5 years ago, it probably would have pulled twice as many numbers too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Well, Cerrone was still a bigger name at the time. He's still a big name, but while he was still in the talks of like a contender, that would have been a fight that was like, whoa. Even before he fought Ferguson, that still would have been. You know, it's just, it's like...
Yeah, no, exactly right.
You get to the point now where, like, he's still huge, man. McGregor's going to be huge. And Khabib's huge. And obviously, you look at the time. Why are they going to have this fight at fucking 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock? Oh, because they're catering to his fan base, the other side of the country.
Yep.
It's smart, though. I mean, it's smart. I totally understand. So he's a huge star in his own area, but not so much in bringing outside viewers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's where I think that a Khabib kind of rematch should do huge.
Oh, dude, it would do, especially if he beats Poirier. If Khabib beats Gaethje, Conor beats Poirier, It's a dead set, dead obvious because Ferguson needs to win a fight in the casual world, in most people's eyes, even in my eyes. I just want to see him fight Khabib. God damn it, it needs to fucking
Yeah.
happen. But honestly, I think that one could really be a huge fight, and I think McGregor's learned his lesson. Like his thing was, he wasn't aggressive in the striking. He was just trying to fucking avoid takedowns. You can't just focus on one thing. And not saying it would have done a whole lot better because he probably would have been taken down a lot easier. But same time, he had open opportunities for shit and he hesitated. He was like, quit breathing so much and throw some fucking strikes and quit pitter-patting. Make it happen. But the whole time he's worried about this takedown. You know, so who knows? We'll see.
I think that, McGregor Poirier is an exciting fight, but to me, it doesn't really make sense unless Conor is serious about Ben, because he's ranked. Really, the winner of that's probably gonna be number one contender.
Yeah, I don't know why he's still ranked, but
So,
the winner definitely will be number one contender. There's no, in my eyes, there's no question because right now, who do you have else that's a dead set obvious?
That's
Charles
the thing with
Oliveira
Ferguson
is
losing.
close. He's close. He's got like what 5 fights in a row at lightweight. Not any real big names. I think him and Ferguson is honestly a fight that I think they should make. In my opinion.
Wouldn't mind seeing Hooker Ferguson.
Or Hooker Ferguson is another one too. But I was seeing Hooker and Diaz were talking about fighting.
Yeah, but that to me doesn't make any sense.
It makes sense for Hooker being not a celebrity. You are a celebrity in that sense. I'm sure he is in New Zealand, but that brings him to a new upper echelon of fighters. Diaz has become. He used to not be a needle mover, and now he's a major needle mover. And I honestly think Hooker will fuck Diaz up even before. Oh, knocked the mic out. Even before now, I think he would fuck him up. I think it would be Rory McDonald-esque. I really do.
Yeah, no, well, that's where I probably would have rather have seen a Conor Diaz 3.
Oh, dude, that's what that's like I said, fun fights is what I want to see more. That's what I missed too. I'd rather see that. I even feed him to fucking street Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't give a fuck. I want to see fun fights with McGregor more. I think Khabib's a stressful fight.
That's my thing too. I don't know. Conor to me I don't know what his plans are. If he's gonna fight at fucking lightweight, he needs to be serious about fighting for the title. Or if he wants to fight exciting fights, do it at welterweight against Diaz and then that's what pissed me off a little bit with this Dustin fight is they're talking about having it at 170. Like, that makes no sense.
I think honestly,
whatsoever.
man, if what would be cool is if McGregor said, "I'll do it, but at 165."
Well, it's funny you say that because I reckon I've seen on this card coming up is the first time I've ever seen the UFC with a catchweight fucking bout.
I've seen a couple
early days anyway.
Yeah, I was gonna say earlier on, and I've seen a few that they randomly like little bit post Zuffa era, but not like just after the Ultimate Fighter. Dope jersey by the way.
Not this man. That was the Rampage season. I don't even think they won a fight, did they?
No,
they couldn't even.
That was an ugly one, but it's a good one now.
Yeah, see, it was on the undercard. They got a 140-pound fight between Nathaniel Wood and Casey Kenny.
Oh, because it's Nathaniel Wood. That's why. Because UFC's got a lot vested in him. That's what it boils down to. Nathaniel Wood, I think he's fucking really good. I really do. But they have been talking him up quite a bit, and he gets promoted quite a bit too. I've seen ads that have him on there, and I'm like, who is this guy again? His face looks familiar. And I look, I'm like, oh, Nathaniel Wood. Like, that's weird. But wasn't he King of the Cage? Or Cage Rage 2 champ or something like that. One of these.
I don't know a great deal about him.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he came in there as like a champ, double champ. I hate that champ. I hate the word champ. A double champ, a 2-division champ. That's what we call it. It's a 2-division champ.
Yep.
And boxing and other sports, that's what they call it. But yeah, 2-division champ. I'm pretty sure.
What other fights on this card? Yeah, I'm not sure. I couldn't quite tell you what he's done, to be honest with you.
Honestly, this card's the only 2 fights I give a fuck about in any way. I mean, there's some other ones that are decent, like Cutabao rematch versus Oh Boy. I forgot that was one that was weird, a weird fluky one. I think that should be good.
Yeah.
But I don't really care so much about that. Like, that could be on this last weekend's card, and that's cool. But like, the only fights I give a fuck about: Bobby Knuckles versus Cannonier, and Khabib versus Gaethje. And then I'm moved on to the next card.
I'm just trying to think. Oh, so you got Walt Harris and Volkov as well.
Yeah, I mean, there'll be some good ones, but I'm not like... The only reason UFC's getting my money is because Khabib Gaethje, Bobby Knuckles, candidate. Like, I just don't... I hate to be blunt and be like, fuck everybody else. I'm going to watch it no matter what, and I bet you they'll put on some great fights. There's no hype in that 7-fight pay-per-view. Like, it's a big... Or 6-fight main card. Big number, cool, great, but...
Well, see, it's funny you say that. I don't even know if it's going to be 6-fight now, because I reckon the Laura Murphy, Lalaya, Shara, however you...
Yes, sure. Butchers.
Shakira. That fight was pulled. I think one of them, ended up testing positive for whatever, COVID or whatever.
Now we'll just start just saying testing positive, and everybody knows.
Yeah,
they tested positive.
exactly right.
You know what it is. You know what it is. It ain't AIDS.